Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot and today's pick a card reading. Who has a crush on you? So, today's pick a card, we're going to take a look at someone in your life that's crushing on you, and you may not know about it. We're going to look at who they are, what kind of energy they have, what their feelings are when they're around you. We're going to look at how they see you and what advice Spirit has for you moving forward. Remember, these messages are timeless and they find you whenever you're ready to receive them. So take a moment to sit back, relax, ground yourself, and just allow your intuition to draw you to the pile that calls to you the most. Pile number one, pile number two, or pile number three. Now, when you're ready, you can go straight to your reading at the timestamps below for your pile. And I'm going to get started right now with pile number one. Welcome, pile number one. Let's get right into your reading. Who has a crush on you? The sustainer. This is someone who's very resourceful, usually has a lot of financial stability. What do they want to do? They want to date. Okay, sustainer, strong earth, action. They want to date you. How do they see you? They see you as a swan. So, time for a deep dive. This person has some serious feelings for you, for this crush energy. And Spirit says, follow your intuition. All right, we're going to go much deeper than that. Sustainer right away talks about someone who is very resourceful, usually has a lot of financial stability, works hard. Seven of Wands, High Priestess, Eight of Wands. Wow. Eight of Cups, energy, death, and the Ace of Swords. This is quite interesting. What a change around, right? This crush energy, Three of Swords. So, somewhere along the line, someone has suffered from a broken heart here. Three of Swords energy. Someone suffered from a broken heart, and that is in the back of their mind, right? So I wonder if it's you. We're going to get into it. Let's just take a look at who this person is, the sustainer. This is the type of person, as I said, is an earthy, strong, working person. They're able to keep things going even in the toughest situations. This is the type of person exactly who generally has a lot of financial stability. They work very hard, right? They often have more than one job, or they're even running their own business sort of thing. So, Seven of Wands energy and High Priestess comes in for them. That's their energy right now. Seven of Wands is interesting. This is someone who really has to work hard to stay focused and keep, sustaining, right? Keep their business up, keep everything going well. There's a lot of obstacles being thrown at this person. There feels like there seems to be quite a lot of competition, or there may even be people who are just wanting to sort of block them. There's energy in their way, but they kind of have a very strong sense of drive and courage, and they're really leaning into their high priestess, their intuition. Again, intuition is what Spirit says. This person, while they're very grounded and earthy, and the sustainer is by nature a hardworking individual who generally keeps a really strong, I want to say, foundation afloat, right? This particular one is really leaning into their intuition and their feelings, right? Let's go a little bit deeper. Now's the time we're going to get into some clarifiers, because before we move on, we already know that this person has a crush on you, that they want to date you, right? They are fully into wanting to date you. It's not just like they have feelings and they don't know where they want to go with their feelings. They're quite direct. This is the type of person who's going to know what they want. That's also part of the nature of someone who resonates with that sustainer archetype, that strong earthy archetype. But I'd like to know a little bit more. Wow, starting something new. There is your Earth and your Three of Wands, which is all about intuition as well. So this person wants to see a sign that they can move forward with you. Yeah. So this person has a crush on you. I think you know who they are. You're going to know who they are by this energy, certainly. And they have everything that it takes to start something new, right? Ace of Pentacles. There is an opportunity here to really, in a very concrete way, begin perhaps a new relationship, connection with this person, right? That really, is a real life here and now sort of thing, right? Why? Because you're dealing with somebody who naturally resonates with creating and sort of manifesting their dreams and keeping them going. This is not somebody who like sort of, succeeds and then keeps, then always fails in the end or everything sort of falls apart. By nature, this is someone who gets better and better at whatever they do. They always kind of get higher and higher. They always sort of level up, right? There's a leveling up. You know what I'm talking about, right? There are people out there who kind of, yeah, they have a short burst, they do well, but they're never able to level up. It always kind of levels down, runs out, and then they have to move on to something else. And it's not a slight, right? It's just that there's different wave patterns to everybody's life. There's different patterns to your energy. This person is the type of person who sustains something and levels up. And that's why it feels so beautiful here. What did I say about their desire? They just want to date. They feel like it's likely to happen as well, which is quite interesting. This person is very, I feel here like they're very dominant, right? They're very focused. They know what they want. We're going to move on to how they see you and get into some of your energy as well. But they know what they want, right? So Ace of Wands is there. Eight of Wands, excuse me, and Eight of Cups. So two eights. Wow. So again, a signature of strength and resilience, very strong in relationships, ability to move on. Eight of Wands is a lot of communication and activity happening and a walking away. So somewhere along the line, somebody broke somebody's heart, right? Walked away from them. I wonder how this factors in for the two of you. I almost wonder. Oftentimes, this energy here is about walking away from a long term relationship that you're really deeply engaged in. But I don't, this is about a crush, right? So we're not talking about a previous relationship. That would be like who's thinking about you right now. You can check that reading out. I'm going to link it where we're talking about, sometimes people are thinking about you. They're your ex coming back in. But here, this person is quite new. And yet we have this Eight of Cups, this walking away, this kind of turning your back on certain kinds of relationships. Six of Cups, beautiful. Wow. And a Queen of Cups. They're resonating up with you. This is what it is for sure. So something's happening here with this person and you. You're like a whole new breath of fresh air for them. Queen of Cups, that's that deep dive, right? Six of Cups is there as well. There's a beautiful kind of, I want to say almost camaraderie in a way. Like they see something in you that they can really, really relate to. The two of you may share a certain kind of history or a certain kind of upbringing, right? You may come from similar paths in some kind of way, right? Let us know in the comments. I'm curious about that because I do feel like there's a couple of you out there where you and this person may, on paper, not have anything in common, and yet you share something that's quite personal in some kind of way to do with your past, where you were either raised, how you were raised, certain experiences you may have had. You may have shared certain kind of early stage life experiences, but there is kind of a connection and affection here between the two of you. And you present with that strong swan spirit, right? Queen of Cups energy, time for a deep dive. This is how you're coming in for them as a very sensitive person, someone who can really relate to them and understand their feelings. And this is why there is a feeling here that this person has of not only having a crush on you, but very quickly, this Eight of Cups is them deciding to level up. They may not have ever sort of dated the type of person that you are or met even anyone like you. There's something about you you resonate with that queen, that swan, that beautiful swan. The swan animal spirit is refined. This is how this person sees you. They see you as very, very refined. And the Eight of Cups, that walking away, is them really deciding to intentionally level up. Like, I am now ready to, have deeper engagements, deeper relationship. I want to dive deeper. And you are exactly the type of person or you are exactly the person actually specifically for this sustainer that right now is allowing this to happen for them. It's a real shift in how they look at relationships. And it's even a shift at their ability or willingness to sort of dive deep and sustain relationships. This person, although they're someone who wins a lot, succeeds a lot, when it comes to love, this may indeed be quite new for them. That may indeed be where they have kind of faltered or certainly have never made that decision to go that deeply. Right. So, what other energies do we have? Or this is very interesting. It happens very quickly for them. Eight of Wands is very fast. They connect with you. I wonder how the two of you met. There will have been a very specific way the two of you have met. You're going to know exactly who I'm talking about. There is a Three of Swords here. It may be that what you the two of you share. Both of you may have gone through a heartache that involved deception or, betrayal, right? That may be one of the things the two of you really share in terms of an understanding. But you are indeed also, with that Queen of Cups, that swan, that beautiful energy coming in, you are someone that is making them like desire deeper. Death is there, and Ace of Swords, a complete turnaround and rebirth of the way they see life and love and relationships and everything. This is a real kind of, it's a beautiful moment of leveling up, specifically for the person who has this huge crush on you. And it is huge. This is a huge crush. It isn't just a crush, right? It's like, oh, it's like a crush. Oh, and I'm falling in love. Oh, and this person is really changing my life in a way. You have two aces, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, major shifting changes, major new beginnings here. You right? Death is coming, a complete turnaround and rebirth. A Fool, I love it. Fool energy, taking a leap of faith. That's what this is all about. Your person wants to take a leap of faith. Spirit is saying trust your intuition, but take a leap of faith if your intuition tells you. That is your message. That is absolutely your message. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get some spirits of darkness and light. Intuition, follow your gut. But I love it when that Fool is there. This is, the Fool to be there with death energy. It is like a beautiful, beautiful moment in life where it's like, yeah, everything has changed in here. Let me have an adventure. Yeah. I love this. So let's pull out your spirits of darkness and light that are with you. Spirit of the Witch is there. Spirit of travel and spirit of the fog. Interesting. Unclear. Confusion. Yeah. Take it as it comes for you, right? It's going to be different for everyone. You will know where that, confusion, shadiness even, it says. So you're going to know how that falls in. Some of you have specific scenarios, especially if you're sharing a betrayal situation from the past. That can always indicate, lingering baggage that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with this per se now, but the fog is there. Remember, this is just who has a crush on you. It's just the fact that this person who has a crush on you is quite intent about it, right? Spirit of travel, journey, relocation, and moving on. Of course, there is. They may have arrived in your social circle. You're seeing your area. They may be new to new to town. Or you may be traveling. Some of you are going to resonate hard with this. And Spirit of the Witch. Psychic energy at play. This is what we talk about with that Three of Wands. Your person definitely is looking for a sign, though, right? They're kind of like they want all of this, but they also want to see a little bit of a sign coming in from you. So I wonder if you resonate with this, this person is, if you're feeling those energies back, you may have been holding back from them, I dare say. In any case, your person is still looking for more reaffirmation on taking that step forward. Beautiful reading, everyone. Beautiful reading. Now's the time we pull out the zodiac signs. Let's see what kind of zodiac energy you might be dealing with. Some of you are dealing with a Sagittarius. Some of you are dealing with a Capricorn. There's that sustainer, that earth energy. And some of you are dealing with a Cancer. Wow. So fire, earth, and water. All right, everyone, this is where we wrap up the first part of the reading for pile 1. If you'd like to follow me into the extended portion, I'm starting that now, and you'll find the link down below. Otherwise, feel free to stick around for pile two coming up next. Welcome, pile number two. Let's get right into who has a crush on you, the hunter. So, this person resonates with hunter energy, someone who pursues their desires. How do they feel about you? They want to invest. All right, they want more. Okay, how do they see you? They see you as resonating with that fox spirit, someone who's extremely intelligent, very, very logical, very smart. And what does spirit have to say? Pay attention. Now is the time. With this particular person, you want to pay attention. So let's go ahead and get right into your reading. We're going to pull some more cards for you. This is your pile. The hunter energy is strong, fiery energy. This is someone who's very focused on getting what they want, right? Temperance comes in. Three of Cups. You also have a King of Cups. Lovely. Justice, card for Libra. Temperance is Sagittarius. Wheel of Fortune, as well as Hanged Man energy. Very interesting. At the bottom of your deck, you also have that Queen of Pentacles, who I love. I believe the Queen of Pentacles is probably one of the closest court cards to the Empress herself. The Queen of Pentacles is the one who is such a manifester of her dreams, right? She is the one who builds herself up for nothing. She goes after her heart's desires, right? She lives authentically. You know, she lives true to herself and she manifests abundance and blessings in that way. She's also someone who's used to achieving things, right? But not without a lot of hard work. So this, I think, speaks to your energy right away. So let's take a look at this hunter. This hunter is someone who, yeah, this is someone who's also very smart. A hunter by nature is someone who's very smart, who thinks a little bit differently. Every ounce of their attention is really focused on the object of their sort of hunt, right? I dare say their prey, right? Or the object of their desire, something that they want. This is somebody who generally automatically is an alpha, right? Alpha animal energy, alpha spirit energy, the hunter, right? The predator, oftentimes, right? But in this case, we're talking about someone who really just goes after what they desire, what they want. Now, we also have coming in with this person some temperance and three of cups energy. So this person is also still very balanced in a lot of ways, right? They are not extreme in their pursuit. They are very balanced in, what sort of what they use, what tactics they use, right? What strategies they use, what kind of moves they make, what decisions they make. They're still quite tempered person, but they're determined. Temperance is the card for Sagittarius. So some of you might be dealing with a Sag. And then Three of Cups indicates that you've met this person through friends, right? There is a social circle around you. With people that you really trust, you really love. I already feel that you have a broad friend group. Let's see a little bit deeper before we move on. It feels to me like you right away are indeed. They see you as a fox. I'm going to jump ahead just a tiny bit. They do see you as a fox because you are very smart. You resonate with that Queen of Pentacles. Coming back to that friend circle, I feel like you are very popular in your friend group. Hierophant energy, interesting. And we have Six of Cups. Wow. Very popular in your friend group. A lot of people circle around you. Six of Cups and Hierophant is there. Yeah, this is quite interesting. There is a lot of love and affection. You are someone who's surrounded by people you've known for a very, very long time, right? This person, this Hierophant, is very traditional. So this hunter is resonating with some very traditional energy. Interestingly enough, this may be somebody that you meet in your social sort of cultural circle or your tribe, whatever that means, right? That doesn't always have to be sort of religious or anything like that. Your tribe are the people that you trust, that you have deep, deep bonds with. And those people can be friends, they can be blood, they can be a combination. A tribe is very personal, and it's what you make of it. And so, in this regard, your tribe and you are very close. There's a lot of affection there. I feel like this person who has a crush on you is part of this world, right? Part of your world in some kind of way. But they are indeed very, very traditional. And they do resonate with that kind of even keel energy, but beneath the surface is that kind of seething desire to get what they want. How do they feel about you? They want to invest, right? So, this is the person who is seeing you when they're around you. They're thinking serious thoughts. They're not just thinking, I'm attracted, I have a crush. They're thinking, like, you know, yeah, what can we do together? The time I can put, the time I want to put in, the time I want to spend, right? Money, even time, invest my time, my energy, my material being, my mental being into this. What can we achieve? I want to achieve more, right? They're thinking serious thoughts about, you know, a real connection with you. Okay, anytime somebody wants to invest, right, in being close to you, being around you, this is where we are talking about a seriousness. King of Cups and Justice. Now, Justice is the card for Libra, so we have Sagittarius and Libra presenting in this reading. Some of you that may resonate for you. King of Cups is here as well. This person really, really wants to be sort of your partner, right? The king. Not only do they resonate with a hunter mentality and energy, they also have that kingly energy when it comes to the relationship. This is somebody who's probably going to be very lead in the relationship. Not to say overpowering, but they take an active role in connections. This is not just somebody who's kind of like, with, oh yeah, here's my partner, whatever, right? This is someone who enjoys connections, enjoys being deeply woven with their partner. King of Cups is nice energy. Justice comes in. That's a balance card. So some of you may be dealing, I want to say, with some karma coming in, some balancing coming in for some particular need. Let's see. Because these are the cards supporting that investment. And it's interesting that balance will be at play. So what else do we have here? Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, excuse me, and a Nine of Pentacles. See, there's that financial stability that I'm feeling, right? Nine of Pentacles is an energy of being quite wealthy on your own, right? Having built up your own business, very similar to that Queen of Pentacles. It's a very successful person, and that I feel like is something that resonates with you. I think you are this successful individual. This person wants to be a king to. They want to be a king to your very strong, successful, strong feminine energy. Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Quite feminine, I want to say manifester, right? And you also manifest things that are close to your heart because you are indeed Fox energy, very, very intelligent, very clever. Very clever. You find strategies and ways to think of things. I dare say it is, a clever and a creativity, right? I think creativity is at the heart of being smart and being clever about things, right? And I don't just mean being book clever. Anyone can be book clever. Curiosity clever, right? Curiosity clever, creativity clever. These are all parts of the energies that push us to find out more about things, to learn about things, to figure things out, and you know, to want to know more. And so, Fox Spirit, very strong here. I think it's something that this person also really loves about you, right? This extremely like intelligent energy, right? Very clever, clever on your feet. I have a feeling here that you have a nice sense of humor. You're probably really quick with your humor, with that tongue. You probably make people around you laugh quite a lot. All of these things are things that are really like, oof, to this hunter who really enjoys that. So let's get on with the Wheel of Fortune and Hanged Man. This is quite interesting. Divine timing is at play. That wheel is the divine wheel, just bringing you the perfect opportunity at the perfect time. When the Wheel of Fortune is turning, when that divine wheel moves, it can often feel like everything is just like, oh, wow, that just happened perfectly, didn't it? Or that was perfect timing. Those are the words that come to mind, right? Or like, oh, wow, I can't believe how everything just kind of figured itself out. Or, this is so lucky that this happened at this time. That's all Wheel of Fortune energy. And with that Hanged Man there, I feel like your whole outlook is changing because of it, right? Something is changing about the way you are perceiving or seeing what's going on around you right now. You've come here for this reading, who has a crush on you. So you're already shifting your focus into that area, right? But I dare say that the person who does have a crush on you is kind of a bit of a challenge for you as well, and may indeed be challenging the way you've been looking at things up until now. Five of Swords, that's interesting. Here we have over that hangman, here we have a little bit of that, you know, battle energy. Battle energy, challenging energy. It is also the card for sort of giving up on useless, futile disagreements, right? Oftentimes, this energy is very much like, you know, people can distract you with battles and with pointless arguments. That is a distraction. Five of Swords is that energy, that strife, that discord, that battle of words, arguments. But oftentimes, when you really get to the point of it, what is the point of it, right? There is no, what is the point? Who wins? No one wins, right? Everyone is, bent on their point of view. And so this is an energy of breakage where, enough is enough. You walk away. And you really find that just walking away from the useless discord is freeing up that energy. I feel like this is something about that is coming in from your hunter that is just shifting your viewpoint and the way you see the world. Spirit is saying, pay attention right now. Yeah. Things are shifting and changing. There is a new perspective that is coming in for your life as a result of being with this person. Or as a result, being with, we're saying a crush here, as a result of having attention being paid to you from this person. This person is absolutely paying attention to you, right? So you're going to know exactly who I'm talking about. And I do wonder, do you have a crush on them too? Right? Let us know in the comments. Let the collective know if this is your pile. Is this what you're going through? And how is this person making you, change your outlook? This is, it's coming through maybe a little bit of, I want to say a little bit of back and forth. You may have, I feel here as well, for some of you, you may have a healthy kind of like little back and forth with this person that is almost a prelude to flirting, You know what I'm talking about, where you tease each other, but I don't know, it's not quite, it's not meant to be, it's not serious. It's a kind of flirtation. That's also there in this energy. What does Spirit have to say? Spirit of the book, a new chapter in development. Spirit of St. Nicholas. There is the generosity and the gifts coming in, and Spirit of possession. Incubus, succubus. Obsession. There it is. I'm going to leave it at that. You know how that, take it as it means, whatever to you, right? Spirit of St. Nicholas. Gifts and generosity, assistance are there. Spirit of the book. New chapters, development, unfinished business. I do apologize for my voice. At the end of these readings, it gets like that. So these are the energies. I do feel like this is a new chapter for you in this connection with this person. You've known this person, you know who they are. I think you've known them for quite some time, perhaps, right? But they're making their crush known. They're making it obvious. They're letting you know they're interested, right? So what kind of zodiac signs might we be dealing with right now? Let's see what zodiac signs we're dealing with. Some of you are dealing with that Virgo. That's interesting. Hierophant is the card for Virgo, Capricorn, and Pisces. So yeah, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, two earth. That is an earthy sign. A determinate earthy energy is associated with the hunter as well. And that Pisces, that dreamer, a water sign, take that as it is for you. This is where we wrap up the first part of the reading for pile number 2. If you'd like to follow me into the extended portion, I'm starting that now. You'll find the link down below. Otherwise, feel free to stick around for pile number 3 coming up next. Welcome, pile number 3, to your reading. Let's get right into it. Who has a crush on you? The comic. So this is the funny person, the one who makes everyone feel better, makes everyone laugh. Why are they thinking about you? Crushing. Missed opportunity. Wow, they have a missed opportunity. So that's how they're feeling. They feel like they missed their chance. How do they see you? Owl spirit. You see clearly now. Yeah, you're like no nonsense at all, right? And Spirit says receptivity. Are you going to be receptive? This is key, right? So, right away, there's a little bit of regret in the air. So, let's go ahead and pull out the rest of your cards. This person is a comic. This is your pile. Someone who is indeed, the funny person, the one who can make everyone laugh, make everyone smile, can raise your spirits. But sometimes they can also be preoccupied with that energy, right? And can be quite hurtful and can oftentimes miss opportunities. So, what else is coming in? Five of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Wow, Six of Pentacles, Five of Cups. They missed something. Eight of Cups, one more, and we have the Moon. Wow. Okay, so this person, there is a lot at play here with them. We have Page of Swords energy. So just beginning to see clearly, right? Just beginning to see clearly, but a lot of Earth energy, a lot of actual physical sort of loss here. Five of Pentacles for your person, a real missed opportunity. Before we move ahead, let's talk about this comic a little bit further. Again, this is somebody who is oftentimes, the one person who can make you sort of feel better in the most dire scenarios, really difficult circumstances, difficult experiences. The comic is the one who oftentimes can bring healing to you or to a situation or diffuse the energy of a situation through that talent of humor, the ability to find the laughter, the absurdity in all of life's little ups and downs, right? And bring a bit of sort of brevity, right? They talk about that, a sort of even kill, right? So that when things are overwhelming, to sort of really be able to put them in perspective. And that's what humor does. And that's what this type of individual does. However, people like this can sometimes be really caught up with just making everybody feel better and kind of missing the deeper sides of life. Five of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles, they've recently really gone through a difficult period, maybe rock bottom energy, even, right? There was a loss that they've recently suffered, which could have involved losing a job, apartment, or, some real physical stability was lost. They may have had to start all over again. Some kind of event came in for them. Let's go a little bit deeper. And right now, that Two of Pentacles energy is there because they're right in the sort of the throes of trying to rebuild themselves and fix themselves. So let's see what is really going on with this Five of Pentacles energy for your comic. Justice. Wow, they may have been sued, they had to go to court, and Hermit energy, and they're all on their own. Yeah, so listen, let me be clear. Your person is dealing with some real issues to do with agreements, disagreements, things are being rebalanced. And oftentimes, if you're the one who's out, out of, you're the one who has to start all over, you're the one who really has to pay the price. There's something that went on here for this person that just did not go their way, right? They're the ones who came out of it. They came out of this rebalancing. They're the ones who came out of it sort of suffering and having to maybe even repay. They've had to be forced to kind of be on their own. There isn't any support coming in, right? That's the feeling here with that Hermit and that Five of Pentacles, that Justice. There is not much support coming in at all, and yet they feel like they have a missed opportunity. They're thinking about you. They have a crush on you, right? There is a feeling here. I don't know, there's a connection here between the two of you. I'm going to pull a card for that where everything about what they're going through right now is almost an I told you so scenario, it feels like. There was a time perhaps where the two of you, you were either in a position to move forward with some kind of connection that you already had, or it was like just very tentative, right? Very, very tentative. And it may indeed be that the comic had a choice to make at that time. The choice they made was indeed their missed opportunity, because it was through that missed opportunity and that decision that they made that really brought them into this difficult place. And it seems like it was a case of dominoes falling, dots being connected Two of Wands energy. Yeah, they could have moved forward with you, I feel like, at one point. They could have made a move to get closer to you, move forward to you. I'm not entirely sure that you even knew about it, right? So again, this may be indeed someone who had a choice, like they never told you, right? They never told you. For some of you, that energy is coming through strong. They had an option to come towards you, make advance towards you, let you know they're interested, right? They never did that. And as a result of not doing that for whatever reason, right? They have really gone through a difficult period, specifically financially, physically, right? It was just like a series of bad decisions. More than anything, just not paying attention to their intuition and their gut and kind of going against their own sort of alignment. And that's when things can just fall apart and go almost haywire. And that's kind of what it feels like happened here. One thing led to the next. Six of Pentacles, Five of Cups. They now miss, there's something about you that they knew, your generosity, I dare say, Six of Pentacles is there, that they miss so much, right? They may have decided to go for someone who was not as generous as you or not the type of character that you are. For whatever reason they made that decision, and it really just led them to ruin, because part of the missed opportunity energy here is that feeling of Six of Pentacles, which is a very generous spirit, a give and take that is very sort of open, right? And it's not preoccupied with tallying up how much everyone gets. It is a natural balance there where everyone sort of prospers and does well. And this energy is something that they really really miss a whole lot. They're kind of waking up to the fact that this is something they could have had with you. It's almost as if they were ruined. Some of you, this person may have even been taken to the cleaners through a divorce, right? Because they chose to move forward with someone who ultimately, in the end, really laid them low. You know, Virgo energy is there, the Hermit. So interesting, very, very interesting. Five of Cups, yeah, over Five of Cups. They really miss you. They really, really, really miss you. That's a lot there. And Queen of Swords, you remain true. For some of you, this person may have even ghosted you. You know what I mean? It's like a crazy, because Queen of Swords energy, Eight of Cups, it's like a real turning your back, like boom. But Queen of Swords is there. You are that, right? There is a feeling here, you know, with that owl spirit, you see so clearly. The owl brings such wisdom, owl animal spirit, and your person, the comic, knows this about you. The owl has such clear insight, right? Such wisdom, such experience. The owl knows perfectly well, you know, how to bring abundance. The owl is a messenger and a totem and omen of abundance coming in, but abundance comes in because of the clarity and the strength and the authenticity, and that's very much who you are. And this person is missing it so so much, and they've really seen a physical sort of impact on having missed this opportunity with you. Eight of Cups is there, Moon energy is there. Some of you did walk away from this person, or you knew about it, right? Some of you never knew, but for some of you, you did know. You actually walked away. Moon energy is there. You know, there is an uncertainty there. Do we trust? Don't we trust? Are you willing to be receptive? You know, all of this person having a crush on you and having any chance of getting back together or moving towards you or acting on their crush absolutely depends on whether or not you are willing to be receptive. That spirit says that, and everything about this says that, right? Some of you, even if you didn't know this person missed an opportunity, even if all of this was decided without your knowledge, you never even had that chance. When they come to you, you're going to realize that that's what happened, right? Because you're going to remember this person. This is not somebody you didn't know. This is just somebody that you didn't know had a crush on you at one time and really blew it. When they come back, you see what they're coming back from. You're going to be able to put two and two together and realize, oh, wow, okay, but how long have you had this? Oh, okay, so you just didn't have, you know, the courage to move forward with me because you chose that, and now that bit you, right? Ace of Pentacles, more, yeah, so there's an opportunity to build something here. The opportunity is there, but it's very unsure. Moon is there, very unsure. You're just tentative about it. You know, I'm not clear if I want to do this, but the opportunity is there. So when Spirit says receptivity, being receptive, again, this is what it's all about. Are you willing to be receptive to this person? Are you willing to sort of say, okay, I'll give you a chance, or, I'm open? I don't know. I get that this is one of those scenarios where somebody's kind of like hindsight is 2020, and because things didn't work out, that's the only reason they're learning their lesson, sort of thing. That always has a funny taste in its mouth, right? It's always like, man, the only reason you learned your lesson is because you suffered, right? Something went wrong for you. And so, I don't know, there's always a little feeling of a sense of selfishness there. But that, take it as it comes for you. Spirit of the fly, rot, decay, stagnation. Spirit of the crow. What? And spirit, well, what can I say? Like spirit of the dummy. That's almost like what you're going to be thinking. Some of you, when they come back to you, you're going to be like, damn, like you were really dumb to make that decision. Like you were really dumb to miss your opportunity with me. And look how it turned out for you. Spirit of the crow, prophecy and messages. Yeah, there is a sense here of like, I told you so. I knew it type of energy. And spirit of the fly, decay, rot, stagnation. That's exactly what happened. There was a decay and a rot, a stagnation that ended up in sort of really everything, falling apart for this person financially for sure. Right? Let's go ahead. I don't mean to laugh, but you know what I mean. The energy I feel here is a very much of a like I told you so energy, or how could you be so, how could you make such a colossally bad decision, right? And why should I consider you now? Energy sort of thing is there. That's real. So what kind of zodiacs are we dealing with? Sagittarius fall out. What else are we dealing with? Pisces and Leo. Prideful Leo. That might have been why. Some of that Leo energy. In any case, that's how it comes in. Page of Swords is at the bottom of the deck because it's only like the beginning of a learning process, especially for this person. Like they're only just beginning now to understand and be like, oh, maybe that's why things didn't work out. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, everyone. This is what we have for pile 3. I'm going to leave it right there. If you'd like to continue with me into the extended portion of this reading, I'm starting that now. You can find the link below in the description or in the top of the comments. Otherwise, I would like to thank you so, so much for spending this time with me today for this pick a card. This is the end of all 3 piles. And if you got something out of any of these piles, please go ahead and leave a comment or hit the like button or consider subscribing to my channel. But for right now, I wish you love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you right back here at Bow and Arrow Tarot next time. Bye-bye, everyone.